Obesity is one of the leading causes of death in America. It affects 1 in 3 adults nationwide and 1 in 6 adolescents, and these numbers continue to grow. With obesity being a major problem, it has numerous contributing factors, with fast food being a major one. For example, as we learned in the KFC Wisdom Project, KFC first started out as a small cafe, but now it has over 18,000 restaurants in the world today. Fast food portion sizes have also been growing over the past 5 decades, which has been leading to overconsumption and a higher intake of calories, adding to the obesity problem. With obesity comes various amounts of health problems that affect the individual's body. From heart disease and diabetes to asthma and serious health problems like cancer, obesity can be seen as highly deadly. Knowing this, why aren't people more cautious about what and where they eat? Instead, nearly 219.46 million people have visited some fast food restaurant in the past 30 days, according to a study done in the past spring in the United States. There are many reasons why people directly correlate the fast food industry to the growing epidemic of obesity, a few being its convenience, portion sizes, and low cost. Our first point is convenience. Convenience plays a large part in the fast food industry. It is one of the biggest reasons that it is so prevalent in America's diets. It is easier to drive through a KFC and get the entire family a meal in under 10 minutes than spend hours cooking and cleaning up a meal. The average American eats out 4 to 5 times a week, and being in college makes that number go up even more. By interviewing a college student who also works in the fast food industry, we saw how much fast food consumed his life. One thing that makes fast food more appetizing is how often we see advertising for it. When I asked how corporations' advertising techniques made him crave their food, Nick, the interviewee, responded with,
On my campus, there are constantly deals going on targeted at college kids, mostly because they know we're broke. So when I see a billboard or a commercial with coupons and deals, it catches my eyes because I know I can save some money here and there for gas. Though I'd say with the amount of fast food advertising I see every day, it doesn't faze me much anymore.
Growing up in a family that ate home-cooked meals every night, he stated that having more freedom and having fast food around him more often made him
unhealthier because I'm always around fast food, going between classes and work. Me and my friends would go out to study sessions at different restaurants. I have less time and money to cook homemade meals, and I live in a dorm without a stove, so I can't really do that if I wanted to. And I guess it makes me eat unhealthier overall.
Now he usually eats fast food around 3 times a week, but by working at a restaurant, that number goes up to 10 or 11. This is because it is easier and more convenient to eat at work rather than cook in his dorm. Fast food is everywhere, especially for a college kid. Nick stated,
Well, I live on campus, so there's at least around 10 or 12 places around where my classes are. And I also work at a restaurant, so I'd say at least around 15 on the way back from where I work to campus. So I'd probably never go a day without seeing fast food.
Convenience does not only make fast food unhealthy, the large portion sizes add to that with the excess of empty calories, an unnecessary amount of fat. Which leads me to my next point, portion sizes. As you can tell from the image on screen, the portion sizes from 1960 to 2011 have dramatically changed. The calorie intake has more than doubled in every part of the meal and is more than 50% of an average 2,000 calorie diet. The 2004 documentary Super Size Me is a prime example of this. This movie is about a man who eats McDonald's 3 times a day, every day, for a month. He must have everything on the menu at some point, and he must finish his entire meal. Also, if he is asked if he would like to, quote-unquote, supersize or get a larger size, he must say yes. If you watch the movie, you can see all the negative impacts and harm this does to his body in just a month's time. Not only did he gain 25 pounds in 1 month, his energy levels plummeted and he experienced many more terrifying side effects as well. Portion sizes have continued to increase more and more over time. Nutritionist Shay Carson of the University of Kentucky states,
Absolutely. You can see a lot of, like, if you Google it, see images of what, like, a burger looked like at a fast food restaurant 50 years ago compared to today. And the sizes are insanely different. And even what we add to our food, I saw a similar comparison to like a cup of coffee with cream and sugar compared to like a Starbucks macchiato, and the portion size is different, but also the calorie density of those foods is much different. That you end up consuming a lot more calories when you're eating out or purchasing foods that are made on the road that you might not even recognize that you're taking in compared to if you're making it at home.
Just like she said, stats show that drink sizes in 1970 were averaged at about 8 ounces, while in 2015 they averaged to about 16 to 20 ounces. Not to mention they now offer up to 30 or even 40 ounces. The average fast food meal contains anywhere from 1,200 to 1,400 calories, which is about 60 to 70% of an average daily 2,000 calorie diet. Although portion sizes may vary, like nutritionist Shay says,
An average portion size needed for a healthy body really depends. It's very individualized based off body size and physical activity levels. So, someone who's really small but exercises a lot might need just as much food as someone who's 6 inches taller than them and is very sedentary. So, the average portion size is largely dictated by physical activity.
these increases in portion sizes do negatively affect our bodies and we may not even realize what they are doing. Nutritionist Shay Carson says,
I think it is partly to blame for the increase in obesity and a lot of obesity related diseases like type 2 diabetes and hypertension. And I think, like I said earlier, just that a lot of it is we don't realize how much we're over consuming. When you look at how much customers guess that they're eating calorie wise, it's often way below what the actual intake is because there's a lot of sneaky sources of calories found in food on the road, such as sugars and fat.
even though fast food restaurants have tried to get healthier by adding some healthier options like fruit, veggies, and whole grains, they continue to add new, larger portion sizes and a wider variety of meal options. Many chains advertise the slogan, "More for your dollar," which draws in people's attention. People are naturally always looking for the best and most efficient way to spend their money and always trying to get the most out of it, which carries me on to my next point of lower costs. In a world of fast-paced living and people trying to spend the least amount possible, fast food is a real attention grabber. The lower costs of fast food are one of the main reasons it is so attractive to thousands of people across the world. The average fast food order is under $10, which is very cheap for the everyday person to stop by and pick up cheap food at a fast pace. The low cost of fast food help contribute to obesity because it brings consumers back. One can eat fast food for every meal of the day and spend about $18 in total. This is very cheap considering a sit-down restaurant usually costs around $20 just for one meal. Having said this, grabbing a day's worth of food for only $18 is a very good price because it keeps the consumer full throughout the day and will also draw them back the following day. This contributes to obesity because fast food is very unhealthy due to the increasing portion sizes and the ingredients they use to make the meals. When you combine unhealthy food, a quick service, and cheap prices, the customer is likely to come back because of how easy it is to get the food and how it does not hurt the consumer's wallet in a big way. The main reason we see the low cost of fast food contributing to obesity is because consumers pay a small price for a large amount of food. With this great deal, the consumer will want to come back almost daily in order to get their cheap food again and again, slowly leading to obesity. As the society develops and people's pace of life becomes faster, fast food is somehow catering to the need of the majorities of people in their daily life. Fast food brings people great convenience and it allows them to spend less time on cooking and cleaning at home. The satisfying portion sizes also attract more and more customers to eat at those fast food restaurants over and over again. Obesity, therefore, becomes more common and serious at this point. Lower costs of fast food is a contribution to obesity as well. Spending less money while getting enough fast food for a meal, people are continuously ignoring the increased amount of health problems that are caused by obesity. Admittedly, fast food is convenient, costs less, and provides one with plenty of calories. It also comes with consequences that can lead to obesity and other health issues that are damaging one's body.